Check, check. Check, check, check. Check, check. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. What's up? If you haven't already this morning, I invite you to take a deep breath. Take 10 deep breaths. Take as many, as little as you like. Wake up some of the dormant cells in the body. A breath, 10 of them if you can. 10 of them in and out. Hold the last exhale out. Hold the last exhale in. Let it all go with the fire breath. Don't forget to do some shaking out. Got parts in the body that the blood flow hasn't moved in them all night. You know, it's stagnant. You gotta wake it up. Get you some coffee, get to water, get fresh oxygen. Get a little bit of movement every morning. And then relax if you can. And relax, you know. Get a little movement, do some push-up or something. Just bend over, touch your toes. Anything that's gonna just get a little bit of blood flow in the morning, and that's all you need. Think about it, you got pockets of you sleeping on your side. The pockets of the blood just been kind of accumulating down there at the bottom, or you just got some. Shake your feet out. You probably got some just stagnant cells in there that need some electricity to get to them, and you got to move them. You got to breathe fresh oxygen into them. We're going to keep it short this morning. Not a whole lot going on. SPY coming down here in a minute. We're getting some decent pricing in the futures, although looking like the last 30 minutes has been a candle down. I'm looking at a 30-minute chart, and it does seem like the last 30 minutes has been a little bit weaker, but you see some of these candles down and then they pop back up. I don't know if it's giving anything away. Here's our level 2 where we, so Apple's level 2 yesterday was the craziest thing I ever saw. There was the biggest size sitting on Apple's level 2 that I've ever seen. So if you're not familiar with the level 2 here, this is the level 2, and it shows every bid and ask 50 rows deep. So right now somebody's got 188 shares sitting for sale, sitting at an ask price of $169.28. So that means once the price gets there, if there's a bid to ask that sell and that ask stays there, he's just waiting to get filled at that price to sell those shares. Now, yesterday, and I saw it on a few names. I saw it on Tesla too. Yesterday, and I may have to record a video of it and just freak out a lot about it a little bit because I think it's so cool. Yesterday, around this 169 area, and even below this at one point, there was 2,000, 3,000 shares on the ask. So I mean, 2,000 shares at 169. I mean, that's at least a couple million. And the crazy part is it kept flip-flopping back and forth. So there, for 30 minutes there would be huge ask walls over here, like 2,000, 3,000 shares sitting on the ask at multiple different numbers. Like at one point in time, I think I saw right next to each other like over $10 million sitting on the ask. And then all of a sudden it would flip to the buy side, and there would be 3,000 shares sitting at 167 waiting to get filled. And I'm like, is it? So realize that's what you're trading against. You're trading against people that are, possibly day trading millions of dollars, investing millions of dollars, withdrawing millions of dollars. So, so me, or, you, if you're not a millionaire, see, we've got 1,000 shares on the ask, or excuse me, on the bid here, waiting to buy Apple at 168.02. You see these are filling up right around the bid and ask price here. So we will see. JP Morgan reported this morning revenue exceeded, and EPS was a miss. Revenue exceeded, EPS was a miss. I was playing it on a just an earnings play, and it ain't doing too well. But I'm gonna hang on to see. I should be able to get access to hear somebody listen to their call coming up today. And the inkling that I saw here in the news was it seems like they're going to at least report for a possible strong short term. And they did authorize a share buyback program effective May 1. That could be interpreted well. The revenue beat. But the EPS was a miss. And there's so many headlines here that I just don't even know that I can go through all these. So I'm just going to have to try to wait for the call, see if I can get a ear on it, and go from there to make my decision about JP Morgan. I see JP Morgan, guys, as by 2058. The equities and everything that JP Morgan owns by 2058. I just expect it to just absolutely break the chart off up here to the right. As investors are going to continue to grow, there's more and more people enter the market every year to invest. I just think this continues this really exponential kind of curve to where it's really limitless, in my opinion. I just think the population by 2058 is gonna be crazy, and just equities, assets are gonna be. Just look, this nothing about this chart right now would tell me that it's going to end at the bottom right at the end of time. time expires. We put time expiry as 2058, 2060. Nothing tells me by the time that this, from 2022 extends out to 2058 is going to end up here at the bottom right. I mean, every direction momentum indicator would tell you that this chart is going to the top right. So this is, you see decent dip buying opportunities that you get with JP Morgan, and we're gonna keep hanging on to some hope here that it was a good dip buy, and I'll have to see. I mean, right now it's one I've added to my long term, and I was hoping to get earnings cushion on it. Didn't get that. It's a dividend payer, that helps, but we'll see. With any long-term investment, like let's say you put a little bit in right now, and you're gonna have to wait possibly a month to see how it's gonna work out. And I'll be listening to the call today. If something's on the call I don't like if they're predicting, if they come out and say, oh, this is gonna be a record bad year, like our next earnings are gonna all be misses, or we're gonna guide down, like those types of things, I could be a little worried at that point, and maybe cut bait to try again at another point. But I like the price here for JP Morgan. Now everything else we've got some earnings today. I can't think of who right now. As we see, Apple falling a little bit more, SPY falling a little bit more. So, this is okay. This could even give us some pre-market buying opportunities. I think we're still in that kind of correction territory where we, I think maybe finally today we can actually, with the action that we had Monday, that we had yesterday, like we can, if you like AMD, if you like Apple at 168, it's a great price for Apple. I mean, if you like AMD, which I liked it at 100, I love it here at 95. So just take something that you like. I mean, even Google was beat down yesterday. So Google is trading below 2,600. Google has a stock split coming in June. I see Google, Amazon, Microsoft to an extent, all come back down off of the recent lows and kind of that recent 2-week bounce we had, and these are gonna be the stocks I'm watching just to see how strong this market is. Your Apple, Tesla, AMD and TSM to an extent, but I don't think these aren't quite in the same tier to me as Apple and Tesla. Maybe NVIDIA you could potentially group up with these guys, but I just think the play is a little different with computer chips. But Apple, Tesla, Google, Microsoft, Amazon are some of your top weights. So they're going to have the biggest effect on the NASDAQ in some things like the SPY. But, I I keep an eye on those because those lead the market, those drive the market. So we'll see. We'll see. TSM is Thursday. Again, EDSA Biotech is in their late stages of a clinical 3 trial for a monoclonal antibody treatment with 65% success rate. We just saw a company announce a 55% success rate, and the stock went over 200%. So insiders are buying with EDSA, which tells me they're expecting positive results. And whenever they do announce that, it's going to absolutely go bonkers. I kind of wish Bitcoin was performing a little bit better this morning. So take a break. Be right back. All right, so one other thing, if you like a clear direction that the market you think is going to go for a certain day, and you want to play a possible in and out day trade, you can look at the bulls and the bears here. These are triple leveraged ETFs based on a lot of the heavy weighted tech names like Apple, Microsoft, Tesla. So if you think that your SPY and your Q is going to have a good day, you can play the bulls here, which is can get you pretty consistent 5 to 10% days. If you get one of these correct, and the market's going to go down a day, and you can get a bears buy, which is your short the market ETF, then you can have an 8% day here if the market goes down. Vice versa, if a 2% upside like we had for a little bit yesterday, was going to be close to 5 to 10% gains on the bulls. So, and then you see yesterday things flip flopped, but we'll see. We'll see where the size shows up. We'll see kind of how it plays out with JP Morgan's earnings call, and so far it looks like chips are holding up in the pre-market along with some other things. So again, I would prefer a red pre-market to give us some dip buying opportunities, but you know, it is what it is. Always play it as it lies. Love you. Peace and God bless. And remember, the market's closed on Friday in observance of Good Friday. And then it's Easter weekend. So you got today and tomorrow to finalize any plays. Taxes are due Monday. So maybe that's some of the drop we've seen this week is some people pulling some money to the side, had to settle up with the old Uncle Sam, the old debt and tax collector. There's a lot I can say about that, but another episode.